All right, well, looks like chat's telling us, giving us F's in chat for the stream dying, but that is totally out of our control. It's still working for us, so.
Well, when they come back, just say, wow, we'll freak out and say we can't believe that happened, yeah. And we'll ask if the chat saw it or not, yeah.
Yep. All right, we're back. Very nice. Little waterway action there from Zeni. Zoast into Green Hill Zone.
Oh, they heard that. Okay. I can't do the joke anymore. Shoot. All right. Anyways.
Oh my goodness. We after a brief hiatus, we clawed our way back into this race. So it's.
All right. Let's see how this is going. So, Zeni cleaning up Green Hills. Zoast will be going back down to Upper Norfair. Zoast will not need to revisit Kraid's Lair. No, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Meridia first. And then after that, no need to clean up Kraid's Lair.
That's right. So yeah, we do have Meridia, a very challenging section of the game, but with some really intricate and interesting movement. But also, like you said earlier, it's soft lock potential with kind of the temporary blues necessary to get items in the aqueduct room.
Yes, and Meridia is definitely one of my least favorite sections in the game whenever you're running 100%. It's so hard to optimize. I believe Behemoth said he likes this section the most, but I just cannot stand it. It's tough, and there's a lot of really hard technical tricks.
But Oates, isn't it true that a couple summers ago, you and Zeni grinded out the fish tank, or is it the fish bowl?
The fish tank, fish bowl, yeah. It's yeah. That was a stupid.
You can't possibly hate
but...
this section of the game, Oates, if you're willing to grind out a single room in it.
I wouldn't call that a section. I'd call that a subsection in a section in a, you know. It's like the mayonnaise on a sandwich.
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm just having fun with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was silly, but it's fun to time sync. Like I was saying, this category or this game is basically just an endless skill ceiling. So you can have a 20 to 40 hour battle in a 2-second room and just keep improving and trading times in it. So it's a lot of fun.
It was magic. It was absolute magic. So your traditional Everest spark there from Zoast. No need to conserve energy. He's heading to the upstairs to the beach and then to the watering hole. Zeni, though, grabbing those crab supers, he'll be right behind Zoast. So a lot of items to pick up here in Meridia. I mean, and they're very kind of well hidden, hard to get to optimally.
Yeah, I think if we see Zeni clean up some of the consistency going forward, and we'll see how Zoast plays. If we can see Zeni kind of tighten it up, leaving Meridia. Zoast having kind of a couple mistakes there, which will cost him some time. But if we can see Zeni clean it up a little bit and be closer to tying, leaving Meridia, then I think we'll have a pretty good race, and I know he can do it. So.
If anybody can do it, Zeni can. But into that watering hole is Zoast to grab those supers and those missiles. He'll be heading down, and correct me if I'm wrong, Oates, it's the sequences to fight Botoon, fight Dragon, then kind of go backwards, and that's when you do the sand pits, or at least one of them.
Yep. Yeah, you kind of do some stuff twice. It's just faster to do so. You have to do some areas twice because there's basically 2 sections that don't let you return. It's a one-way door, so you have to just kind of circle around and collect items in the best fashion. But that'll be after the Dragon fight.
Like a lot of areas in this game, the boss door does kind of... Well, the boss door is closed until you fight the boss, so that's how you get Plasma Beam. That's how you get a lot of things. How about this? How about the D factor there from Zoast? Very nicely done. Perfect bow twin fight.
And conserving a couple super missiles there, so that's very good. He's definitely setting up for a faster Ridley fight, so those extra super missiles will come in handy. You're going to see Zoast skipping the E-tank. They will be grabbing those later. Let's see if Zeni can have a good Botwoon fight. Same setup as Zoast got, but he will use his super missiles to save time. I think that's probably smart. Zoast missing, but this will be a clean backup from him. This is only about a 5-second time loss, so not significant, but these are the kind of things that if Zeni can now hit, this is what's going to make the difference. So we'll see. He bonked the door.
Still
so
got
he will
it.
Go.
The corner.
Yep, it was smart of him. I assumed he was just going to go for the halfy there. I don't know if he meant to, but once you bonk the door, you only have so many frames left to jump and then get that spark off. So regardless, both runners still they got the halfy, so not too bad.
Now how about this? Zoast burning off some ammo here. There's a method to this madness. I heard it has to do with gold Chorizo. At least that's
Are
what
they
I
doing
heard.
a different gold Chorizo fight?
So I think it's actually to optimize the drops and the attacks that gold Chorizo makes. So
okay, because I know it does change the attacks.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice double X Factor from Zoast there. Excellent fight. He's gonna conserve his ammo, and yeah, great fight. And he got Spark Suit. Excellent.
So a little rain dance set up there from Zeni. Delivers the first spark on Dragon. Boy, that was a good Dragon from Zoast. Look at this though. Oh my goodness. As good a Dragon as you'll ever see.
Spark Suit from him as well. Excellent. Nice.
Gets the good frame. Very nice from both of these runners. So carrying that to the top of, I should say, Coliseum. Able to do the reverse full halfy, and now the space jump. And it's a formidable movement item.
And both runners having decent super counts, so that will come in handy later on entering Lore and Warfare. Still skipping that E-tank. You're going to see the runners collected later on. They do have to make some laps here, just with the way it's all laid out. And like I said, there's some one way you can enter, but you cannot enter from the exit. So
we're going to loop around and backtrack and forward track until we get all the items we need from this Meridia section. Difficult section, but the real test is down at Lore and Warfare. But once these runners have the items that they need to make it down there, it'll be just no problem whatsoever.
So one really big trick coming up is going to be the spring ball clip, the ice clip. If Zoast or Zeni mess this up, it could be pretty significant. Both are very experienced at the category. I doubt there'll be too much of a time loss, even if they do have to back it up. So we'll hope that both runners get it first try.
For sure. So yeah, the setup here, it has to do with that enemy kind of like where it crests and able to clip through the platform above you, Oats.
Yep. Zoast getting it. Perfect. Nice.
Gosh. With no hesitation.
There are some setups, and I'm not sure what setup Zeni does here. We'll find out. But some setups make it a little bit easier than others. I know Behemoth does a very interesting setup, which is slightly slower, but very, very consistent. Zeni nailing it as well. Nice.
Brilliant stuff from both of these runners, Oats. To be expected, but you never get tired of seeing stuff like that.
So yeah, they must be, because I know if you have below a certain amount of missiles, the Golden Chorizo patterns will be different. You will not get the swipes with the beams, the laser beams, I guess, whatever you want to call those. So they must do that to farm the orbs that... I shouldn't have said orbs. I should have picked something else. That Golden Chorizo spits out for super missiles.
Oh, man. Oh, here you shouldn't encourage them, Oats. Here it comes. Oh, my goodness. So spring ball pickup after a pair of picture perfect ice clips there to make it past Shack Tool and get that spring ball. But still a lot to do here in Meridia. Still a whole sand pit, plasma.
Still soft lock potential.
Oh boy. You said it, not me, Oats.
Runners have to be careful. I know they're not listening, so if it happens, it happens. It was meant to be, meant to not be.
Oh my goodness. Oats with shades of Ivan Drago there. If he dies, he dies.
Yep. Not in my hands.
Oh my goodness.
I've soft locked before in tournament or race settings. It's not a pretty sight to behold, but
oh man,
you know, I was significantly worse than these two runners.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, Oats. So plasma beam pick up there from Zoast. This is, I feel like the plasma pirate room, this is a tough room to do optimally.
Yes, it's a very tough room, and it's changed so many different times. Zoast did it perfect.
As optimally as possible.
Yeah, I feel like Zeni does a different strat. We'll see. I could be wrong, but there's so many different variations, and this has changed so many different times. And this is definitely the worst iteration, I feel like, that these runners do. Okay, they do the same, but very good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. Now I have a little reverse cack attack alley here from Zoast. That'll deposit him right outside of the Botuni tank. I know chat was a little bit nervous about Zoast skipping that tank when you saw Zeni pick it up, but this is just runner preference.
I'm sorry, I zoned out so hard watching. I'll just agree with whatever you just said. Excellent.
You would, Oats. All we know is that, rest assured, chat, Zoast picked up the Botuni tank. Nothing to worry about.
Yes,
oh,
you
that
did.
was perfect. But this is the end of the soft lock potential here in Meridia, though. We got to be extra careful. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So what can happen there is if you do not spring ball properly, and then you press up, you get blue suit, and then you let go of your D-pad at all because you panic, you will soft lock. Both runners, you can see they do it quite early, and that's smart, just to stay as far away from those speed blocks as possible.
Now, Oats, I know that Zeni still has to dip back into Kraid's warehouse, but I cannot believe how much time he's made up on Zoast after falling at the back of Gauntlet.
He has made up a significant amount of time, for sure.
That is absolutely cracked. I cannot. I mean, I should believe it. I should know better, Oats. These are. We got the world record holder right now. You know, right nipping at the heels of Zoast.
Both their PBs are incredibly good and it's fairly close. Yeah, Zeni is the record holder, but both have 112s, and Zoast also kind of being a veteran in the cacategory as well.
No question about it. They're less than 20 seconds apart. ShinyZeni with the current world record of a 112, 39.290 milliseconds. Zoast, though, with a 112.55. So 16-second difference in their PBs. And like you said, Oats, I mean, there's really not anybody that's still around that's been doing it as long and as well as Zoast.
Yeah, that's right.
Although you certainly give him a run for his money.
So Zoast is going to be skipping this now. This is normally where the routes would meet. Zeni still has to go into Kraid's lair. So that's going to be a little bit of time loss as well from Zeni here. That's why I was saying if he can try to catch up a little bit, then he can at least just take this time loss going into Kraid's lair. But he did make up a good amount of time, though, for
Fantastic, yeah. I love those spring ball strats, though, across that gap to get into Kraid's warehouse. But Zoast into the top of the crumble shaft, top of Croc Speedway. Going to be heading down to Lower Norfair. And that's where the fun begins, Oats, because there's lots of goodies down there. And
oh, yeah.
One of the hardest bosses from a optimization standpoint in Ridley.
Ooh, Zeni got the exit with blue suit. Very difficult strat, but those are the things that if he can nail, you know, he'll make up that time a little bit. So
just a little bit here, a little bit there. I know we are coming up on the 15-minute mark. We are coming towards the tail end of this race, and both runners have done just a spectacular job showcasing all these tricks. You see there, Zoast with an OG strat, a chronic boost. But yeah, Zeni just really, my hat's off to him. The way he's just pushing himself back into this race.
it's hard not to just want to give up after that. Honestly, it is really demoralizing because you could play perfect and that could happen. It's just a slight mistake that's sometimes really hard to avoid. So
For sure.
yeah, hats off to him. He's still going strong. He's playing excellent. So
We still have all of Torian. We've got Baby Skip. We've got Optimal Stand-Up. We've got this new trick that I sat here on comms with Professor School, who helped invent it, and I still don't get it. But you know what? That we'll get to that. And chat's gonna help me out, Odes.
with the baby.
Yeah, with the baby.
Right. I know limited information about that. So maybe the chat can help out a little bit. I know it has to do with the amount of baby cries. They found a consistent method. I know it's extremely tight timing to set up, but we'll see if one of the runners can get it. Hopefully both, and it'll be really interesting to see.
For sure. So now we see the payoff here from discarding all of those missiles against Dragon here for Zoast. So able to just force BT to drop, not use the swipe attack. Really fast fight there from Zoast, and also a decent amount of super drops.
Yeah, so the reason they get rid of those missiles is so they can farm those drops from Golden Threezo there, and that is very smart. I hadn't seen that yet. I know the route had some optimizations with the Ridley fight, basically just unloading super missiles. So that's very cool to see. Just still optimizations happening.
Yeah, that 30 threshold that Chad is talking about, that's definitely in randomizer, that's like the litmus test for whether you're going to have a really good Ridley fight or not. But,
right, Zoast can essentially just do a charge shot or two and then just use supers. So it could be a very fast fight if he chooses to do so.
Could be just absolutely blazing fast. So we're going to see more of a traditional GT here from Zeni, but also did discard a lot of missiles. I don't know when he did that.
He did get rid of the missiles, so he is. I think it's probably 30 missiles is when the attack happens, but he was going for a slightly different setup on breaking the bombs there that Golden Threezo was spitting out.
For sure. Shame on me for not paying attention, but shout outs to Zeni for also doing that strat.
And 33 supers as well. So.
That's really nice. So no sweat. We saw Fast Pillars, now Amphitheater from Zoast, heading into Red Key Hunter Shaft and down into Wasteland. A lot of really tight movement here. Not quite as important to conserve energy as it is in, say, any percent. But love that from Zeni, though. Just sparking through the door. Really nice. But Wasteland for Zoast here, going to grab the power bombs of necessity, as I like to call them.
No longer despair, necessity.
Okay. Oh, man. Especially in 100% category, they are definitely necessary. But yeah, I think if this was anybody else, well, maybe not, but a lot of if this was most of the field in this tournament, Zeni would have a chance at catching up. But Zoast has just had a really nice run tonight.
Yeah, Zoast has been playing extremely well with just a couple mistakes. That was so many super missiles there from the Pirates. Wow.
Gosh. He doesn't even need charge shots if he doesn't want to. Just leave yourself with 9. Why not?
Exactly. He'll do probably just a charge shot to open up the fight, and that's it.
Here we go.
I like the little setup there with Spring Ball.
Oh my gosh. Oh, playing it pretty conservatively. Another charge shot there, but then switching back to supers and just unloading an absolute fusillade on poor Ridley.
Yeah,
it's like already done.
That is a fast fight.
Wow. Blink and you miss it, Chad, but that is a Ridley dead for Zoast there. And of course, the very nice reward there, an energy tank, and the clue that the baby Metroid is unleashed on the world of Zebes. The deep lore, the implied storytelling of this game, phenomenal. Oh, what an amazing room there from Zeni. Just, I believe he can fly. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, Laura Norfair has some really, really fun tricks with Spring Ball. Spring Ball is not everyone's cup of tea when it comes to items to collect, but it is a fun one when it comes to trying to optimize rooms.
Now, you speak of openers, and I love Zeni's opener to actually deliver those supers from a crouched position. He is just absolutely taking Ridley to task here.
Yep, just like that. Wow. I think his fight might have even been faster than Zoast.
I think you're right.
That's hard to beat, yeah.
Unbelievable. That is... What can you say other than that was spectacular?
And that is why they conserve super missiles now, because they definitely, after some optimizations, learned that the super missile fight is extremely worth it. So if you lose a second here or there, maybe some frames trying to farm or conserve, it's absolutely worth it.
We have chat confirming that was a 27.45 second Ridley fight. Ooh. Chad, I don't know how you do it. I don't know if you have multiple stopwatches, you have freeze frame, instant replay, but thank you. We appreciate it.
I won't give it away and just say it's fun tune, but yes, it is definitely all in their heads. They're counting frame by frame.
You pulled the curtain back. I appreciate you, Oates. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, that's funny though. But the real question is, while I was throwing my head back in laughter, I missed it. Did Zoast get the Hoda Ruby special?
I want to say he did.
It's a distinct possibility. Oh,
Chat's
saying
very
no.
Clean. Oh no.
Half a Hoda Ruby.
Oh, okay, half of one. Okay. Zeni playing extremely well here, so we'll see if any time can be made up leaving. It's definitely not over yet.
I think I had the privilege of commentating in the last, I believe it was 100% tournament of Hoda versus Zeni, and seeing Zeni get the eponymous Hoda Ruby special against Hoda Ruby was a special moment. Unbelievable. Shoutouts to Hoda Ruby though for really pioneering, laying the early foundations of speedrunning this category and game.
Yeah, Hoda Ruby was ahead of his time. His gameplay was incredible.
So just a little bit more cleanup here in Norfair. Going to be grabbing this Norfair reserve as well as a couple missile packs. We're crumbing to the finish line, Oates. We still have all of Retro Bryn to redo, as well as the Criteria Supers, and finishing at those 230 missiles. But it's been one for the record books. We've seen a lot of amazing stuff that was maybe, offset a tiny bit by some major stuff. But you know what? That's Super Metroid speedrunning in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's very volatile, especially in 100%. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, but Zeni's nailing a lot of stuff. Zeni did get the Hoda Ruby special, so just time saves here and there. Zoast, however, playing extremely consistent and extremely well. We'll see how that continues.
Favorite damage boost in the entire game is right here in Bubble Mountain. You love to see it. Zoast nailing it after getting that Norfair reserve. And heading downstairs to the Frog Speedway on his way back to Red Brinstar. I should say, how could I forget Crockemeyer? My goodness, Oates. Yank my mic. Late Croc. We still got to do it.
Zoast getting the very awesome, you fire a super missile against the wall, and that basically shakes the whole room, knocking some of the enemies off their ledges. You use your iframes. Basically carry it through and have a damage boost through the door. I know that was a lot, but it's a very cool trick. I believe Zeni goes for it as well, so.
Love to see that kind of stuff. Intricate movement combined with regular game mechanics by knocking all those enemies down with a super.
And one thing we're going to see Zoast go for here is Spark Suit. Let's see if we can get it. Or spike suit, rather. Oh, first try.
Wow.
So now the benefit of this is Zoast has to carry it all the way to grapple, all the way back up to Red Brinstar, then all the way to the X-ray room. If you make even the slightest input error, you're gonna lose it. So it's a really tough trick to hold the entire way. So we'll see if he can do that.
I still am I stand in awe of that trick, to carry your spike suit all the way back.
It's
to
stressful.
Red Tower.
In actual runs, it's very stressful. Because you even right there, Zoast, if he wouldn't have went into spring ball and used the spring ball to get up the ledge, he would have lost it. So he had the correct mindset there. You make a mistake, you're too close to a ledge. Sometimes you just have to spring ball up the ledge, or else you will instantly lose it.
That is incredible.
Yeah, Zeni getting it as well. Zeni is making up some time. So
I love that. I love that from Zeni. Just like, yeah, I made a critical error at Gauntlet, but I have just that never say die attitude. Like, there's no phoning it in. That never. Not the competitive spirit of ShinyZeni. It is a sight to behold in every capacity of his competition in this game. But I did want to love that grapple. You get that grapple beam. It's like a hit scan projectile. It's just fastest movement to open that door without bonking. But I did want to ask you, Oates, what are the inputs that will cause you to lose the spike suit?
If you jump and press R, if you jump and press up, if you're hugging a wall and you press jump, if you let go of your D-pad when you are on spun jumping, in certain instances. It's a little bit more technical than that, but it's kind of the gist. There's a lot of really tiny things that will make you lose it.
That's incredible. So basically, almost everything you can lose your spike suit at the end of the day. Oh my gosh. So Zoe's putting Croc in his rear view, but Zeni, grapple beam, pew, shoots out, opens the door, no bonk. Straight up into Indiana Jones with that space jump, as well as speed booster, making short work of that. Eddie and Chad saying if you look at Samus funny, you'll lose your spike suit.
That is
Fierce
true,
gaze,
yeah.
Eddie, at all times. Fierce gaze. Don't look at Samus in a funny way. Don't try to make her laugh. It's all business. I love that strat too in the cosine room to just spring ball across those spikes, avoiding all the pits. And a D-boost exit. Mwah! Beautiful stuff.
Zoast giving me anxiety there. Basically, if you miss a ledge grab, you gotta just collect yourself. Don't press jump. Don't press nothing. Just land. Reevaluate and get back up the ledge. And he fell down a couple times, and that's how you lose it, is little mistakes like that, because you don't expect them to happen, and your muscle memory takes over, and then it's gone. So
too much. So Zoast with a death grip on this spike suit.
A lot of spike suits are lost in this room. I'm fingers crossed that I didn't jinx it. But okay, he's getting it. It's very easy to lose it in that room because you have the invisible platform there, and you have to have running speed in that invisible platform. So sometimes you can hug the wall, and you can lose it that way. So he definitely nailed it. A couple mistakes with it, and he definitely lost some time, but he did get there with it. So
how spectacular was that? And no messing around. Just don't even get through the door transition. Spark through the door transition. Don't risk it any more than you need to. Love it. But it looks like Zeni's still holding on to that spike suit as well. Oates done very well to retain it. Hope I didn't screw it up for him. Yes! Oh my goodness.
So Zoast goes for the much safer and still extremely fast Green Hills. I believe we'll see Zeni go for reverse slinky. It's a very, very difficult trick, but I have seen him hit it in runs. So we'll see if he goes for that.
That's got to be reverse slinky's got to be the rarest Super Metroid trick in the vanilla categories. I feel like, with the exception of something like Taco Tank.
Yeah, with reverse
Task
slinky,
Tank.
there are some methods to make it more consistent. You basically just slow Samus down, and then that gives you a lot more lenience in how you have to press your inputs. Of course, it's a little bit slower, but still faster overall. I'm sure, yeah, Zenny looks like he's setting up for it with a slightly slower speed. Just missed that one ledge.
Close.
It's a hard trick.
That's so hard.
It's constantly pressing and releasing for the proper height.
That was most of it too, wouldn't you say? That was like one jump away.
Getting up to that. I think that was about half.
Half, yeah.
Yeah.
You know me, it's always embellishing, but man, kudos to Zenny for trying that. That's such an impossibly hard trick. So yeah, Zoast leaving Billy Mays, of course, it's named for that because, like, but wait, there's more. You know, that joke's not done to death or anything.
No, absolutely not. No. Still love hearing it.
Oh man. And of course, the E-Tank in the ceiling, just like in the original Metroid. So full E-Tanks for our runners, all 14 of them, all 4 reserve tanks. But
Zoast is going to be carrying his Shine Spark up the elevator and using it across the pit room.
Love that.
It's a little bit slower than an optimal strat, where you basically just try to spin jump through, but that's also impossible. So this is just consistent, clean, and 100% consistency reigns supreme over frame savers. So
no, for sure. So you lose time to the crash animation, but it's just so much more consistent.
Yeah.
Almost there, Oats. We're almost there. Just got to get these climb supers.
And then one more missile pack after that, and then it's all done.
And then for my personal favorite part of any of the vanilla categories is Torian, but especially with this item loadout.
Yeah, it's
absolutely cracked movement.
Very technical and 100%. So hopefully we see the runners both nail their Metroid rooms.
Zenny also opting for that spark. More consistency, like Oates said, the name of the game, especially in this category.
Yep. And this is the last missile pack of the game, so Zoast is all collected up.
So that is 100 items for Zoast there. 100% certain that he didn't miss anything. And he'll be the first one to reach G4.
Now, I don't want to jinx anything, but there are still a few things that could happen in Torian that could tighten this up. So hopefully both the runners nail their Metroid rooms. Let's pretend Zoast doesn't and Zenny does. That's some time. Baby skip is a huge one. If you miss baby skip in this category, it's a significant loss because the baby Metroid takes longer to drain all of your HP. You have a lot of E-tanks compared to any percent, so it takes longer. So both runners do not want to miss that. And then Mother Brain stuff can happen. Some soft lock potential, but that we probably won't be seeing that. And then, of course, just optimizations.
Optimizations, indeed. So many ways to skip the baby Metroid. I believe the fastest is to use the spring ball, but we have seen the so-called Stashio skip to roll the baby around the opposite direction than usual.
Yeah, that's kind of a newer trick that was found. I think it was kind of found on a joke by Eddie and Stashio, but it turned out to be one of the more consistent and much faster skips in the game, so hats off to them.
No question. 52 seconds apart with the fall at Gauntlet and the early power bombs for Zoast. That is, wow. And no matter who wins this race, that is an absolute testament to just the sheer willpower of ShinyZeni.
Yeah, he played very well to bring back what he could, and like I said, it's still not over. Still not over. There is stuff that can happen. So
Love that Metroid room too. That is probably my favorite room in the entire game. Kind of death from above, freezing those Metroids and then nailing those 2 supers. Beautiful room from Zoast, but had a little bit of trouble in Metroid room 3 and 4.
Yep, he is making a couple errors in his Metroid rooms. Just one of those things that if Zeni can capitalize on, that will be probably 5, 6, 7 seconds gains. And then let's keep our fingers crossed that Zoast can nail the skip. I assume we're going to see Stachio skip. Zeni does traditionally go for the YOLO skip, it's called. That is the spring ball skip. Yep, so we'll see what he opts to do here.
Really nice Metroid Room 1 from Zeni. Here goes Zoast on the attempt. That is the Stachio skip. Your eyes do not deceive you, chat. Going around in circles clockwise. Oh, my. You blink and you miss it, and Zeni's already done with these Metroid rooms, but Zoast is going to be the first. You're going to have to skip those Zebatites using iframes and a little glitch to stand on a frozen Rinka, perhaps.
Zeni had very clean. I didn't see the first 2. I was watching to see if Zoast was going to nail the skip, but he did have very clean Metroid rooms. Zoast made a mistake there. However, in 100%, there's a nice little backup to where, ooh, he's not getting it. There he got it. Okay. So that's another potential time save. Zeni is making up more time now. Let's see if he gets a skip. As Zoast, he does go for the YOLO skip, gets it. So that's even more time if Zeni can get the Zebatite skip and just have clean play from here on out.
Oh my goodness, Oates. I never get tired of seeing that. The YOLO skip, well executed.
That was impressive. That's a really tight timing skip. So
unbelievable stuff. And the down pack master, works 100% of the time, every time for ShinyZeni.
So Zeni definitely made up a lot of time on Zoast right now. So we'll see how Mother Brain cooperates, and basically the stand-up glitch. There can be some weird stuff that happens. Hopefully both runners nail everything they need to nail in it, so we'll see.
So I have to ask Zoast, did Zoast take off Varia during the elevator down to Torian?
I'm not entirely sure where he took that off.
But he did take it off, obviously, because he didn't go all the way down to 3 tanks.
So I believe Zoast is setting up right now for the new Mother Brain trick.
Oh, man. The 2 tries.
So the thing is, it's so tight, I don't even know if he got it, but I guess we'll take a listen and see.
Oh, thank you, D.
I only heard 2. Did it
work? Was that it? Everyone, chat says 2 cries. Wow.
Got it. Okay.
Incredible.
I'm still kind of unfamiliar with that. So, yeah, it's definitely neat to see. I know it's, I think it's a 2 frame into maybe a 1 or 2 frame, so it's very tight timing.
And so then for stand-up, your optimal stand-up, Oates, is a single hyper beam shot?
Yep. No matter how much you damage Mother Brain down, you still need to at least fire something. You could even be a missile.
Nice.
2 for 2, huh?
Wow.
I'm not sure how much that saves. Maybe the chat can help us out here, but I know it was a significant find, so.
Yeah, I think optimally it might be close to like 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, that's a pretty good find for the fight, yeah.
Good find for 2023. You feel like this game is tapped out, like it's all about just grinding rooms and getting those optimized, but no, they're still finding stuff.
Yep. So Zoast onto the escape. Zeni will be finishing up Mother Brain 3 here shortly. And hats off to Zeni. His play was phenomenal. It was just basically one thing that really set the tone. And it's so easy to make that mistake. I can't express that enough. It's just pixels, and that's unfortunate, but he definitely brought it back. He played extremely well, so he should be happy with himself and very proud of how he played. So
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Zeni, like I said, has the heart of a lion, the heart of a champion, and showcased that today. But barring any unforeseen catastrophe, Zoast is now into Parlor. He is a single door transition away from victory and a trip to the winners finals of the SG Live 2023 Super Metroid 100% tournament, where he will face Behemoth 87. Into the landing site, Oats looking for Samus to face us, and that's a wrap.
So looking like about 1:14:05 on official, but around that. GG's to Zoast. He played very well, and Zeni will be coming up the Parlor here, looking to finish off his run. I believe this has been a fairly clean escape for Zeni. Zeni is the Zebby's escape master. Has the world record in the escape. Grinded this, optimized it a lot. Unfortunately, getting some unfavorable steam, but finishing with about a 1:14:36 on official time. So yeah, hats off to Zeni and hats off to Zoast. GG's to both the runners. It was entertaining and an excellent race.
No question, Oats. Now I have to say, Zoast finishing with an official race time of 1:14:06. Zeni finishing with an official race time of 1:14:37. Zeni was 52 seconds behind going into Torian. How?
Yeah, Zeni brought it back.
Unbelievable.
Out for blood. I see he got a smile on his face now. I hope that he keeps his head up. I know Zeni can kind of sometimes beat himself up, but he played extremely well and really brought it back.
We are now joined by today's runner-up, ShinyZeni. GG's, what an absolutely spectacular comeback. We are also joined by today's winner, Zoast. GG's, moving on to the winners finals to face Behemoth. Gentlemen, what an incredible race.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was quite the race. Unfortunately, I don't know if you were watching the restream, Zoast, but if you were, did that change how you felt at all going forward, or?
I didn't only not watch the restream. I wasn't watching my chat. I was completely isolating myself for these races, basically. Just, I don't know. There's sometimes I see something that aggravates me or something, and I just don't need that, I guess. But
yeah, fair enough.
There's a lot of pressure in some of these tournaments, so
yeah,
it helps me just to. For me personally, that helps me. But I didn't see what happened. I was wondering what happened. I told Zeni that's not supposed to happen at the end. Like
I fell down crumble shaft at Gauntlet. Fell down one side.
Dude. How did you finish it that quickly? Holy crap.
We're all wondering those. We're all sitting here, I'm like wiping my eyes like, what?
So I have to say, like, the whole race, I'm thinking like maybe Zoast is gonna do that thing where he throws baby skip so that it'll be really close at the end again. Not this time.
If that would have happened, it would have been extremely close, because you made up a significant amount of time towards the end there. I think it was 20 seconds alone in Torian.
20 seconds at Torian, said you were 52 at G4.
I'm mad about that Zeb skip. I was hoping to get my first 113 in a race. I thought I could maybe do it, but after that Zeb skip, it was not happening.
So close yet so far. Time is a cruel mistress. Oh my gosh! But you both gave us just a spectacular race. I could see like you both rose to the occasion, but there may be just a little bit of nerves. You know how good the other person is that you're racing against, and my goodness, that's a testament to the respect that you both have for each other as competitors.
It's well put, yeah.
Yeah, I told Zoast when we first got in the race room today, I was like, I hope you're less nervous than I am, because I'm a wreck. I've been sitting here all day today, all day yesterday, just like thinking about this match, like, oh man, like what if I lose? And then like telling myself, it's okay if you lose, man. Like, it's a game, it's a tournament, it's supposed to be fun, and Zoast is a really good runner, and if he wins, he deserves it. And I absolutely feel like he deserves a win here. I am proud of myself for how much time I brought back in the end, but you know, that's just a testament to the category, honestly, that there are a few spots that if you just mess up even a little bit, it's a run killer. So yeah, that's just that's how it goes, you know. It's
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. But you did really well, and I expressed that as well. It's a tough, volatile category, and you were just pixels off to the right. When you turned right, you missed the other crumble block, and that's it. But you continued as quick as you could, and you played extremely well. So don't beat yourself up. Definitely, be happy with the way you both played. Both played extremely well. So it was very entertaining.
Thank
I
you.
was-
Oates.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say I felt kind of like you did before the race today, Zenny. I didn't know whether to take a rad to Raz to practice, to take a walk around the block, or what.
For sure.
It's like the old expression. I didn't know whether to blink or blink. I'm not gonna say the actual expression on speed gaming, I guess.
We'll save it for after hours, right? So
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you both gave us a spectacular race, but this is double a limb. So
Yeah, I'm not out yet.
Zenny could come back with heck to pay through the bottom bracket. I believe
Yeah.
we'll be facing the winner of Susream. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I think I am. And Mr. Guy Average. And then you still have Lynx versus Sloaters to face Gebu. And then you still have whoever's going to be knocked out of the winners finals, Zoast versus Behemoth. So the field is still incredibly deep. It's anybody's tournament.
Yeah, we're likely to play again, I'd say.
Yeah, I've been saying from the start, there's a ton of people that have been like, yeah, Zenny, like, you're totally going to win. It's like 80% chance you win this thing. And I've been saying, like,
He's talking about me.
You guys, no, not you, like everybody, seriously. And it's just, it's like I said, one little thing can go wrong and change the whole course of everything. And, honestly, upsets make for better tournaments. So,
and it's funny sometimes how the encouragement can sometimes be detrimental. Because then, you definitely, Zenny, you got this, you're gonna win, and then there's somewhat of an expectation, and you're like, you're in your head about it. So yeah, it's best to try to forget about all that noise if you can, if I want to even call it noise. It sounds slightly disrespectful to the people encouraging you, but at the end of the day, it can be somewhat detrimental, I feel. But yeah, you both played well, like I said. Any final thoughts? How do you feel going forward in the tournament?
Yeah, so my usual spiel, thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting this tournament. It's been a blast. Thank you to the people who've been helping organize and put everything together. Thank you to Oates and Hockey for comms. And I want to know how Zoast is feeling about his match versus Behemoth.
I mean, pretty similar to how I felt versus this match. It's best. I'm just gonna practice and do my best, and that's all you can do. It's not like Rando where you can like mentally outplay somebody or whatever, really. So
yeah, and best of 3 now. So
yeah, I mean, I think I got a chance. I think I got a chance against anybody. I think I'm slightly under what's the underdog versus top 3 at the moment, top 3 seeds. But yeah.
Well, excellent.
I hope you have some good luck in the lower bracket, Zenny. I totally expected to lose this match, to be honest. I really did, and I'm sorry that happened.
It's all good. It's all good. I told myself at the beginning of this tournament, I was like, it would be awesome to win, but I have to be 100% okay with not winning, or I can't run this thing. So I made sure that I was in a good headspace for that, and here we are.
Yeah, it's way easier if you can try. The more you can convince yourself of that, the way easier it is in my experience. It made me a lot less nervous today. Like Oates was talking about the expectations. I expected to lose, so it kind of made things easier.
Yeah, that's actually a good mindset to go into. Just I always expect to lose. Then what do you have to lose at that point? You already lost. You already lost in your head. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
All right, Hockey. Any final statements?
No, just to echo their sentiments. I mean, these tournaments are always such a blast, and I feel honored and privileged every time I get to partake and I get to, lend my voice and my limited amount of information and knowledge that I have of this game. It's always a blast, and it's always great to work with you too, Oates. So thanks so much for joining me in the commentary booth.
Yeah, and thanks for having me commentate. Zenny, thank you for reaching out about that as well. So,
Of course, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, y'all, for the comms.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up here. Next match is scheduled for tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? Yes. Tomorrow at 9 Eastern. It's Sloters versus Lynx. And then right after that, we have Susraim versus Mr. Guy Average. So I guess we will see you all tomorrow. See you next mission.